All right, round number one. Who do you got? Bahamadia versus RAH DIGGA. Fellas, I thought it was only right that we get right down to it when we're talking about Collage, the album, versus Dirty Harriet, the album. Let's go ahead and talk about whose album had the best first song. Bahamadia's Wordplay, produced by Guru, versus Harriet Thugman, produced by Busta. I don't know if anybody out there can find Easter egg in the situation. Does anybody want to call it out? What we're talking about is the fact that both these first songs on these first albums came after intros that they were not featured on, and both of their first introductions to the world, if you will, not because the single's really that, but you know, if you're listening to the album, produced by the guys that brought them into the game. Busta brought Digga into the game. Respectfully, I know there's a whole story behind that. We're talking about Flip Mode, made her official Flip Mode, and produced her first song on Dirty Harriet, respectfully called Harriet Thugman. And then you got the same thing going down, Ill Kid Records, Guru, bringing on Bahamadia, bringing her through. You see the Gangstar connection, Guru and Premier all over the album, but let's be clear. Guru brought her in, first track off the album, intro, second track, delivery for her, Guru producing. I think it's only fitting that we had to take these two songs and put them in. So I'm going to go ahead and play you guys a little snippet.
Choosing boring for mental rhymes for soft for sales in the mental. But if you what the battle yeah. Since the important days of in the juice crew, my style that milk like a bottle of fuel. Was never MC, monkey see, monkey do. I move through, baby, you're natural. Post in the down when it gets lyrical. Ooh, ooh, like Cool C used to do. I make the key for the raw like I flew. Shout the Mecca, course the panics I had did the move. Allow me to pause and hit the more. Nanu. Wordplay.
Guru on the beats. That versus this. She keep going. We're talking about, again, the two first songs that set off the fireworks, if you will. Who do you got?
Right? You said it. Who set the tone? You could tell that Digga brought that energy right away. Yeah, that burst.
So you was about energy.
Bahamadia flow, like it was like kind of laid back, so it was like gonna gradually get warm, but RAH DIGGA, she went straight to it.
See, I feel like that set the tone for the Bahamadia album too, because that album wasn't a rah-rah album. As well, RAH DIGGA was a rah-rah album. Bahamadia was a very, like, she kind of stayed in that zone. I mean, she bumped it up a little bit with like Total Wreck and stuff like that, but the whole album, she kind of was in that pocket. So I think she set the tone for her album. Now the question is, who set the better tone?
The better tone for me is RAH DIGGA.
I got RAH DIGGA as well.
Okay, why is that?
I think the flow is crazy, and not to mention my bias is that sample was used by X-Clan first by Brother Jay, so I'm used to. So I'm a fan of the sample, and hearing DIGGA over there just reminded me of that too. Because sidebar, Brother Jay is nasty with the lyrics also. Yep. So hearing another MC also on top of that sample who's gifted, it just made me, vote in that direction, man.
With the key, sissy.
Listen, so it's fair to say you got swayed by an earlier sample. He puffied you over here, and you fell for it. No big deal. Don't be mad when we talk about it when other people do it. It looks like we've got representation for Harriet Thugman on the board. Does anybody have a score for or an alley-oop for Guru, rest in peace, by the way, his production on Wordplay or Bahamadia's Wordplay on Wordplay.
Real quick, the chat room is saying Black Moses said RAH DIGGA, YZ said RAH DIGGA, and D-Boy 1216.
R.I.P. I didn't even realize I got a Guru shirt on right now. R.I.P. Guru.
Oh, wow. All right. D-Boy 1216 said Digga was so raw with the flows, which I agree with.
She was insane.
RAH DIGGA is dope, man. And to be honest, definitely one of my favorite MCs, male or female. But I don't know, man. It's just something about Bahamadia's delivery and her flow for me, the way she just rides the beat so well, man. Pause. I know when that album came out, I was in college and it was 96. So it was after The Root came out. And, you know, while Gangstar did put her on, she was also part of that Roots family as well. Who are featured on the album. And she's been dropping music since '94, technically. Yeah. So I'm going with Bahamadia, man. I really like that track. I think that if you even, and I know we're not counting it, but the fact that, and no disrespect, I say this respectfully, the fact that Rampage and Split Star opened up the RAH DIGGA album is a minus of points for me.
You know what? It's interesting because it's true. I feel like Digga's a weird mashup, if you will, right, of a few different things. So if you know the backstory, Q-Tip discovers her first, right? Doesn't have time to really deal with her at some point, and they're both in each of their careers. Busta steps in, boom, she's now flip mode. But prior to even being flip mode, she's outsiders through the Jersey situation that she lives in, and her baby's father, Young Z, right? So there's a good representation of both of those crews on this album, which is you know, again, it shows that where she gets her spitter ability from. But just to touch on what Hobo was talking on real quick, upon listening today for the first time, Collage, again, I knew at least a good 6 or 7 songs from it just based off of vinyl releases. I forgot how dope she is. She is a female guru, you know what I mean? She's monotone, laid back. She sounds good over Primo. That's what it was for me today. It was a very 90s walk down memory lane, if you will. But with that being said, you know, let's go ahead and jump to Cool Breeze before your vote don't count. Who do you got, Cool Breeze?
Damn. Okay. Early. All right.
No, your vote. Listen, unless you, I don't even want to say who. They know who hasn't voted yet. Unless they say something at this very second, you're not last.
What a surprise! What a surprise!
Well, I'm going with Bahamadia, right?
So Mastermind, because your vote technically counts at the moment, why did you go Bahamadia?
Well, besides me being like, you know, a Gangstar fan, like I said, right? For like 96, right? For that time, Bahamadia was actually stuck on that type of like energy back then. Freaking RAH DIGGA about 2000. That was like the Rough Riders era. You gotta be hyped.
Yeah.
You gotta like.
What female artist was out? What female was out at the time besides Bahamadia at the time?
Lauren was out in 90.
You got Lauren. You still got Foxy. You still got Kim.
Latifah. You got Isis.
Isis. Queen Mother Rage.
Was she Lin Q at that time?
Sabi.
Wasn't
Sabi?
The Brat as well.
Hey, and don't ever discount Finesse the Sequence, son.
See, there we go again. That's that Houdini shit. Listen, I see in the chat room that they're politely yelling out RAH DIGGA, but I got to disagree respectfully with DJ YZ when you say she's more of a dude rapper. Let's just get that out the way now. What do you mean? Is it a compliment or is it a shot? Because personally, I like the fact that I don't have to worry about any sort of sexualizing when I hear a RAH DIGGA verse. I'm not worried about like, oh, that was for the girls right there. You know what I'm saying?
Because look at Foxy. Foxy had that deep voice, you know. He was like, yo, just
right, but Foxy would still say some shit like, you know, like I'm making meet me out, and it's just like, okay, well, I can't relate to that.
What year was Jean Grey? 2000.
Jean Grey was definitely like I would say 2000s and on. Yeah,
late 90s, 2000. Yeah.
This is just the uphill battle that unfortunately female MCs had to sort of go through at the time. When we talk about all those MCs, let's say how many of them had a major deal.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's the unfortunate. And at that stage in the game, whether it was 96 or 2000, you needed a deal, unfortunately.
YZ said he's a dude with man raps. I think he meant a girl with man raps. I think that's what he meant there.
By the way, shout out to Heather B, Black Moses. Shout out to Heather B as well. Heather B, gotta shout out Heather B.
Right.
All Glocks Down is a
All Glocks Down is and my kind of with MOP.
Bangers, boy.
I might have to play that later, bro.
Yo, that joint was hard.
I might have to play that later, actually.
Listen, listen, I got good news. I just want everybody to know I got good news, okay? Luckily, I was able to get a pulse, Cool Breeze. It looks like you're still alive in the game. Your vote matters. We're talking about Wordplay versus Harriet Thugman. Who do you, even though you were disrespectfully cut off in traffic by Mastermind?
Yeah, I like
on the 101, the 101 in your neck of the woods, but still, your vote counts, okay? Like Diddy, vote or die, baby. Who do you got?
Yeah, see, Mastermind did me a favor. He cut me off. Now my vote counts.
See, look, he must say my voice counts. Like, no. Your voice definitely matters. Just your vote. Just your vote.
You need my voice for the vote.
I'll mute you right now, and you go 1 or 2, and then.
Jules, how about that? Pause. I'm gonna go with I gotta go with RAH DIGGA, man. Gotta go with RAH DIGGA. That's my pick. And the energy, the energy, the flow. I mean, she never disappoints on any track, and it's out the gate like a racehorse. Her breath control is.
Bring up a good point.
No, she has busted energy.
Yes.
Yeah. She has
they both respectfully follow their mentors' energies. Yeah. Bahamadia is laid back, chill like Guru, and Digga is aggressive and loud, full of energy, like Busta. So it only made sense that when they went out looking for prodigies, that they look at people like themselves, right? We're wrapping up round number one, and if you're joining us for the first time, we do this every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Eats, Beats, and Rhymes is the network. Who Do You Got is the show. We're respectfully talking about the album battle between Bahamadia and RAH DIGGA, which is Collage, 1996 release, versus Dirty Harriet, the year 2000 release. Round number 1, the question was stated. Best first song to set off an album, which happened to be track number 2 for both records. Wordplay, produced by Guru, versus Harriet Thugman, produced by Busta. And it looks like this round went to Harriet Thugman. RAH DIGGA is on the board, score number 1. So our RAH DIGGA is respectfully on the board.